toss back. Welcome back to the 2K Big Man channel. If you are new, hit that subscribe. We got our own home here. 26 just dropped some gameplay. Well, not 2K26 content creators, okay? And we're just gonna break down gameplay for Big Man, a feature that we can utilize. If you are somebody like to skip through, just check on the timestamps below. I made it easier for you guys, okay? We'll be reacting to other content creators' videos, okay? So if you want to know who it is, I'll leave the link to their videos in the description. However, the names are on the right corner, right here at the bottom right, okay? So if you're not sure who it is, that'll let you know, all right? Let's dive into it. Got some gameplay footage, okay? Especially on Wemby. We're going to see how fast and smooth a 7-4 build moves around. However, I think most of these I play on like on rookie and pro mode, but hey, we'll take this with a grain of salt for right now.
Shot got a bit of a rework. I think his jump shot is not that bad. But now let's move on to the play now gameplay. We're going to be playing a little bit as like a point guard on Wemby, and then we'll use him as a screen and roller at some points in this gameplay as well. Right now, we're going to have him set the screen. He's going to roll here, try and catch the lob. The lob doesn't get there. He catches it, but he dunks right over Daniel Gafford, which was kind of impressive. That was just an X button dunk. I didn't even try to do the standing dunk meter there, but just being able to finish over him like that with just a 90 standing dunk, I think Wemby has on a 7-4, kind of scary. Right here, we're going to green the rebound. Again, didn't play a whole lot of play now, so that was the only green rebound I got the entire time. Take it coast to coast, and we're gonna lay it up over Kyrie Irving. Free bucket on Wemby. That was my best bucket on Wemby for sure. Now again, we're testing out some of his signature animations, and again, we're gonna get to his hop jumper right here, and I don't know if I like it. I don't think his hop jumper is that great. It doesn't look like something he does, sure, but it just looks really slow. But that lob right there, that was really nice. Now the good thing with Wemby is that although at the end of the day he is getting these slower go-to shot animations, hop jumper animations, he's 7'4". A lot of the shots he's just gonna take are gonna be open anyways because there's nobody that can actually properly contest this dude.
You can see Wemby, he's moving a lot faster, but however the gameplay is faster. They was not lying about that 10% boost. It looks like it's more than that, honestly, but let me know what y'all thoughts are. I believe it is proper to have slower animations as a big man, especially if you're 7'4". It is proper, but however, the way how he's moving around, I'm not sure if the threshold ratio is pretty similar, but so far it looked like he's moving pretty smooth. But once again, we can just take this with a grain of salt. What y'all think? All right, leave a comment what y'all thinking below. All right, next up, we're going to get into some post-move, go-to post-hook shots. And I actually asked Joey 2K, can you rhythm stick with the post-hook? He said no, only on actual jump shots and fadeaways. We was finna break the game.
Yao Ming, okay? Yao Ming, 7'5", 7'6", I don't know. This is a signature post go-to shot. Now, it is not his signature post go-to shot. This is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's signature post go-to shot. But I'm a little concerned about this one because when you do it from a distance, you could do hook shots from the three-point line. And I just don't know. You could see why I'm concerned.
Part of me wants them to leave this alone, but part of me wants the game to be left like it is, kinda. Yo, if they are allowing this, probably for the first season, we can go crazy a little bit, but yo, this is insane. This is insane. I wonder how efficient post hooks are back in general. If we can get that 2K 18, 19, 20 post hook back, like, we might can actually do something, because we all remember in those years, man, like in the rap, we was taking over games. Like, literally, we would take over games with a post hook. What y'all think, man? Y'all think they're gonna patch it? They might patch it. I hope they leave it alone for a little bit, or maybe buff it down a little bit, but please let it be efficient this year.
On the right trigger or I hold the right trigger, hold up on the right stick, and I would get a lot of those animations that a lot of players had equipped, like Jokic had equipped with the little shimmy, fade. You can still spin people, throw them to the floor. I just did it with Booker. You can spam the post spin. You can like speed boost out of it like post scorers do. Drop step, standing dunk, and one on Booker. He is a smaller defender. Mark Williams guarding me. You can still like spam the post, like change position thing with the right trigger. You still spam that post spin. I throw him off me with no takeover. once again, I'm just not used to the standing dunk meter being just down, so I mistimed that. And then I started getting double teamed already. So, okay. Spin Mark Williams off me again. Wide open standing dunk. So, yeah, you can still spin and drop step people to the floor with no takeover. Their hooks, no, I don't know. I don't know if I really couldn't tell you if they were good or not, but we were grinning some post hop shots with Jokic that were yellows.
But look, that fadeaway right there, Wemby on a fadeaway pull up. I'm thinking the mid ranges in NBA 2K26 are going to be a very overpowered post fade. You guys see, I'm telling you, man, post scores might be back, but I know 7'4" shooter and bigs will be for sure a thing in 2K26.
Dip. Now, Dirk's animations did not get changed that much. His fade, his hop shot are pretty much the same, but we're going to get to the go-to shot out of the post right here. It's a shot fake, and then he fades back again. It's different from one hand to the other, so here is it going back the other way. It's just a little shot fake, and then he just fades back off the one leg. I think it's cool. I don't know how effective it'll be, and that's how I feel with a lot of these post go-to shots. They're cool, nice additions to the game. Allows you to do some different things out of the post that you probably couldn't have done previously, and a lot of them are cancelable, so it's not like you're forced to play out the entire animation and you can get creative with how you use them. But will they be meta? Probably not. Now, as you can see, I've been rhythm shooting a lot in this section of the video, and you just saw that I made a late timing but still greened the tempo and it went in. And we're going to talk about rhythm shooting. This is actually one of my concerns about NBA 2K26, but I don't want them to fix this just yet because I want to see what happens when more people play the game and they get their hands on it. The whole point of rhythm shooting in this year's game is that when you intentionally or unintentionally mistime your timing, you could still just green the shot by making your tempo. The tempo is realistically the only thing that matters, but the way that it's supposed to be designed is that when you perfectly time the timing, it boosts your make rate for the tempo. But if you mistime your timing, it should make it harder for you to make the tempo shot. And from my play testing and from what I've seen from other people, it really wasn't that hard to green the tempo, even if you very poorly mistime the timing.
Okay, so it seemed like you don't have to time in your rhythm stick, timing shot, whatever you call it, but all you have to do is just time the tempo. I don't know how I feel about that, honestly, but however, this will increase the effectiveness of big man shooting. So this does help us, but is that a fair thing? Maybe not, but however, the game itself is not fair. Would y'all agree? I mean, they got all these guards getting all these new dribbling animations. Shoot, let us be able to shoot, man. Forget it. I'm just saying, but let's continue to watch it. Cause Joe Knows had a similar explanation to what he noticed. Let's see what he's talking about.
Let's talk about rhythm shooting, the new rhythm shooting system, right? Apparently, you only have to green the tempo. And that is confirmed because you're about to see a couple clips of it. And I don't know how I feel about it. I'm going to be honest. You know, apparently if you don't green the timing, it makes it harder to green the tempo. But as long as you just green the tempo, it still goes in. And I'll be honest, without the meter, it's kind of like, man, he's making whites is kind of what I feel like, you know, even though I understand the system is different. But when you turn the meter on and see it visually, I mean, I'll be honest. It hurts my soul. I'm like, bro, this dude is making a 3/4 bar shot, but I understand the logic is different now, but I think we're all like ingrained in the 2K25 rhythm shooting system. Let me know your comments down below.
Yeah, it looks like all you have to do is just green your tempo. How y'all feel about that? My stretch boys, bro, y'all finna go crazy. I'm finna go crazy. When I play on my power forward, man, when I'm stretching the floor for my squad, Purple Rain, my Pro-Am squad, I'm stretching that floor. I don't care. I might have to go ahead and double specialization in it too, bro, in shooting. Just stack up on that. What y'all gonna specialize in on top of that? Given what y'all seen so far, what y'all gonna specialize in? I might go the shooting route, bro. If all I have to do is just match the tempo and I'm straight on rebounding and interior defense, yep. I'm just stretch the floor out. That's all I'm gonna do. Yeah. I don't know. But hey, stretch 4, stretch 5, we finna go crazy.
Game actually drops. But another thing that was noticeable was player height really matters still on the shooting. You know, taller builds definitely shoot over people and, you know, get contested less than the shorter builds. And Kevin Durant was an absolute god because of that. 26, and again, the height thing, I know I'm harping on it a lot, but like you start to see how people are, you know, you saw in...
We still shooting in people's faces, so it's over those. Over those. Hashtag over those, baby.
Game launches. Let's move on to interior defense and standing dunks. There's definitely some crazy interior defense animations. Like, look at this one by Rudy. My God. I mean, to be fair, it's Rudy and Wemby. They have great interior defense stats, but you could definitely get some crazy stops. Now, wide open standing meter dunks, you see how big the green window is. And then even like standing meter dunks against smaller defenders, like Wemby just, you know, going up over smaller defenders. See the size of the green window. It kind of feels like it's like you could get crazy stops, but you could also get crazy dunks. It's kind of, I'm not really sure. Like, we'll have to see how it plays out, but they both definitely felt viable. Like if you timed when you were going to jump to get the stop, it's like you'd get a crazy ante. But you could also, if you went up with the standing dunk and they weren't entirely properly positioned, you would just boom it on them. Also, a little detail I noticed right here was as Joel was backing down Wemby, look at when Wemby jumped, his hand was behind, like Joel pinned him so deep in the dead zone that when he jumped, his hand hit the back of the backboard and it registered open. I feel like in past games, sometimes if you did that, it would still register a contest just because it was like, it thought you were supposed to be there, but you weren't actually there because you got stuck on the hoop. I don't know, just something like a small little detail I noticed. But you see the size of these standing dunk meters, you could definitely go crazy with the standing dunks, but then you also saw some of the paint stop animations I was getting is like you could definitely go crazy with the interior stops as well. Like here's one from Wemby. I mean, I'm not really sure which one's going to be better, but they both definitely felt viable, at least for the little bit that I tested them. Last thing, rebounding. You can turn off the green feedback in the player HUD. I did notice that. I know some people have been asking that, but as you can see here, you don't have to green the rebound to get it. You know, Mike has already talked about that, but just so people can be clear about that. And then even here, I'm on Jokic, I green the rebound and my teammate grabs it instead of me. So just because you green it doesn't mean you're automatically going to get it. But this is what the green feedback looks like. Figure we'll just touch on that real quick. But
interior defense seems like they kind of fixed it. I think they did, honestly. The reason why I'm going to say that, because we all know interior defense is pretty much all about positioning and just beating your opponent to the punch, all right? Yes, your strength and your interior defense does help. It does, but if you can position yourself to disrupt their offensive game plan, whatever, you'll be fine. So with the buff and knowing that, I think we'll be okay. But the standing dunk meter is kind of what makes the ratio fluctuates. I think it's really going to depend on our badges and our attributes. Okay, who has the better what? Who can position themselves better? I think that's what it's going to come down to. So Joe knows he's kind of not sure, but I can tell you guys it's pretty much more about positioning and who gets there first and who might have better attributes, all right? So if somebody might get there first, but the other guy who is a little behind has better attributes and badges, depending on how what happens or how the circumstances play out or what situation you in, it's kind of determine what's gonna happen. So yeah, so they're trying to give a Joel Embiid and Rudy. Joel Embiid had the really good standing dunk, and once again, my earphone keeps coming out. And once again, Wemby has really good interior defense and block. So yeah, you're gonna get a fluctuation ratio. It just depends on who beats who to the punch and who positions themselves better. And that goes to rebounding as well. It seems like you don't have to green your rebound to get the rebound. We already knew that kind of. Rebounding, we already had our own timing system. They just give you a little indicator. But that's pretty much it. All right. That's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video, y'all. Hey, stay in tune, all right? I will be reacting to the builder video. Content creator will drop soon. So it's going to be around this time, okay? But leave a comment what y'all think in this video y'all just watched. Y'all think Biz, we gonna run things this year, especially with that post hook? Leave a comment what y'all think below. All right. If you haven't subscribed, hit that like this up. Hey, we got our own home here once again. Okay. I love you guys. All right. Catch y'all in that next video.
Elite.